Yo, 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 what's up? So I kind of want to showcase my build. I'll also show a map. I prepared a map. I made sure it had Rogue Exiles because, of course, everyone wants to see that. But I think this is the best build in the game. Like, if you want to farm Rogue Exiles, you need to play in Stacker 100%. And basically, I made all this gear in the last, like, day or so. Like, I saw a lot of improvements. Like, my Warlock gloves, they have life on them. We obviously need... I need the focus mod to be like a Veiled Orbed. We gotta like fix this. This is like a disaster. We have some scuff gear, but I mean, I have like Imp Mageblood. I just started crafting this. I still have to do the prefixes, but it was good enough to use, and I want to just play. Since I spent all day crafting it, kind of. Like this chest, massive room for improvement. T1, T2, T3. As you see here, like my gear is not anywhere near perfect. Of course, you need an in-stacker simplex. This is probably like my most perfect piece, and it's still like it's T1, T2, T4, so like nothing. This shield's pretty crazy, pretty good though. All T1, and I'm getting my ailment avoid with the boots and this. On top of also having obviously an ancestral vision, you can do that. Basically, when I swapped to this ring, I lost all my resistances, so I needed a resist. I also need to resist flash with my mage blood, of course. I was using Shock with Storm Shroud, which I think is optimal. I think eventually I'm going to swap to... I'm going to probably just tattoo 10 Dex nodes for stun immune. And you don't have to get it from Flask. I feel like that's just like slightly better, but I'm not worried about that yet. Since like obviously I have a lot of gear to improve. And for clusters I'm using obviously I mean even this like 5 int only. Like, I don't know, the gears. This Lethal Pride I found was crazy. I paid 5 divines for this. I swear, if this Lethal Pride was here, it would probably cost like, I don't even know, like 3 mirrors or something. Because look, here, I'll show you guys. We have 1 rage here. We have intimidate enemies here. We have double damage here. We have double damage here. I could get another double damage here. This has melee crit strike, which is, it's not irrelevant. This gives 5% strength. This also gives double damage. So this is like a really... This gives double damage too. I don't have it taken right now though, because I just don't have the points. I mean, even this is like... The claw node has extra damage from crits reduced. Another strength stack node. This is another rage node, by the way, so if you played like... Lightning strike daggers, you could... This would obviously be pretty good. But I don't know. I think people might have to start like looking at this, because... I don't know, a lot of people don't even like, if there's 1 rage node and 1 DD on these, like I swear people don't even answer your trades. It's really weird. But then we have Light of Meaning here. Gives me a lot of yes, of course. But that's, and then obviously this kind of looks weird. I was trying to figure out better ways to path this, but I feel like this is kind of the best way. Eventually, I mean, I need a level still. I'm only 97. And of course, get the int nodes. Then I'm using, it's like for block. Same with this. Gives you endurance charge. I'm still not sure. I had these points spec'd for a while. Because they give, obviously they give you block as well. But I don't know. I feel really point starved right now. I'm gonna have to like level. I took high voltage though, so I'd be crit capped. This actually crapped my crit, so I figured I would try that. But of course, we're doing Rogue Exiles. I mean, here I'll show you guys kind of my stats. I have 40% F31, 400% increase with Scarabs. Of course, we have Tormented Spirit, 12% effect per explicit modifier on your map, running 8 mod maps, also running Delirium maps. If you don't know, like, you can use this Scarab, which makes your maps have Delirium, which was interesting. I wasn't using it at first, and then I had someone actually mention in my stream that some of the Rogue Exiles, like, they actually, like, I don't know, their AI or whatever, like, bugs out slightly when you use this, so kind of interesting, but yeah. I also think one of the prefixes I want probably is, I want to have an evasion prefix, because I was looking at POB, and this node, the 20% max ES at both rings have evasion modifier, it was like around 1k more ES, which obviously is pretty important. And then I have a lot of block. opportunistic. I think this is like probably second best. Like the one you actually want is the really expensive one that makes it so your like evasion goes your ES and you get more like energy shield from your shield or from your helm or whatever. I forget what the name is, the trickster node. But I mean, this is a pretty good for if you're doing Rogue Exile farming. This is perfectly good. 25% more damage if there's one unique. 25%, 20 reduced with 2 or more. I mean, potentially with a really min-max character, it might even be better than the other one. For Watcher's Eye, we got double precision, attack speed, attack damage. Then my auras, I'm just running Enlighten, Haste, Tempest Shield, Discipline, and then just a precision, level 13. As I get more int, I can probably drop this to like a level 1, but as of now, I still need it. And the only mana reserve you really need's like the suffix on Lich Circlet. It's only like really mana reserve, and then this node. I think eventually I might like end up dropping this too for more points. Probably when I get a level 1 precision, will kind of go hand in hand. Since I don't know, when you play, the more I play Instacker, the more I realize like points on the tree just are so valuable every point. But at some point, I mean, I'm level 97. I mean, if I just wouldn't do Titanic, I'd probably hit 100, but we'll see. This, like, to me, this feels really weird too. Like, I just don't have anywhere to put a jewel really, so I just take it here. It's the cheapest. Like, this would be 4 points, for example. Like, this would be, 5. Down here it'd be 4. Like, it's really scuffed. I'm not sure the best, like, I really need one more jewel. Maybe eventually it'll just be a 1 passive voices down here or something, I don't know. I guess we'll find out, like, as we progress in this league. But here, time for the map showcase. I made sure it was Exiles. I'll show you guys the mods. So we have tank mod, crit. Obviously the curses don't do any because we have mageblood. Of course, wildwood wisps, like 105 pack size. Yeah, I pretty much run all maps like this, I don't know. I'll even run like non-curse. This is one of the few builds in the game I feel like you can actually run non-curse auras on. Which to me feels really good. Because almost no build I've ever played before you can run non-curse aura. Especially at this much map effect. Like, we're adding, what, it's like 90% map effect or something. It's pretty crazy, so your auras basically do nothing. But as you see here, like, I don't know, like, I was playing Svala in Lightning Strike, and I was struggling pretty hard to live, so I realized I needed to make a change. And, yeah, we went Instacker. It's kind of what I know from last league. I played a lot of Instacker as KB, and I feel like Lightning Strike's probably even better. Because you get Fortify. Oh, shit, we dead. That guy does so much damage. But you get Fortify. I mean, then Lightning Strike's just OP. I feel like Lightning Strike. Any Ascendancy you play is like, you almost just want to play Lightning Strike. Right? My opinion. But these maps are sick. Might be the most fun, like, league I've had in a while. I think it's like rivaling Affliction to me in terms of like the strat. And the fact that I don't know, you need like to just sink infinite currency into your character because it's just always gonna get harder. I started like finally getting rarity today. I'm up to like 200 now. It's an ever ongoing process though, obviously. At some point I'll be like mirror servicing this ring if people are interested in it. People play this build, or I assume it's good with other builds too. Like any end stacker build that does Rogue Exile is gonna like want something like this, I would imagine. Not like T1 crit multi, but you know. I was pretty low on my currency, so I kind of just, when I hit like a 3, it's just like, might as well go with it. Basically what, like, how much crit multi is this? 14, so you're losing 6 because it'd be 20. 6 times 2, I guess, so it's 12. End of the day, not the biggest deal with that mob. Of course I'm gonna die in this one. Like, I did so many deathless, but now we're gonna die. Now we are going to die. I don't get what's different. Unless it's just the crit. Might just be the crit, to be honest. Mobs having crit is pretty spooky. when stuff does this much damage, like them having just like 100% crit multi is just like so much damage. I've been doing red altar too because I was crafting and like I needed the red embers, and like I saw how expensive they were. I think I was paying like 16. I was paying a divine for 16 only. I was like, what is this? I'm actually just running red altars right now. I was hoping to get some Grand Ickers, but they haven't really been dropping, unfortunately. Also, you can invest like more into block as well. I was trying like just having more damage, but maybe block's just better. Like the block on the sword wheel, the top like half. Might even like swap back to it. That's like really the only difference between like most of the maps today and this one. Last like few maps of the day, I decided to try not having it. It might just be like mandatory to have block. You kind of, especially because I'm missing spell suppress too. Like tapping spell suppress really hard. I feel like you either have to fully tattoo it or like I don't even know how you get it with full ES bases. Like I'm not using necrotic armor, so normally necrotic armor is kind of how you cap. Astral Vision. Kind of a lackluster map so far in terms of stuff dropping. I don't know if you guys have done like a Wildwood version of these maps too, but that might be in like the most fun. There's just stuff dropping everywhere. Your whole screen's full permanently. Like, look, that guy's like isn't doing anything. People are saying it's like Delirium that makes them do that. I don't know if it's like true. I mean, Delirium's just might as well have it on your map. You can. Basically, get everything farming this. You get a lot of idols. You get a lot of gold. You get scarabs. You get currency. You get T17s that you sell, or like you can run them yourself to get more maps. Like a really fun strat. It reminds me of like the old time like magic finding. Like when I was doing like Crimson Temple, like you're getting just everything. You're finding uniques, you're getting div cards, like etc. Which like I feel like the last like league or so, like you just have been focusing on like one thing. Like you're either only farming uniques or you're like only farming. I mean, there's like the Abyss div card strats, I think, in Settlers that people have had, but you had to play like a spell build because you had to like open the things from Abysses. I forget what they're called. The like clickable objects. I remember I tried playing that without like a spell casting build and like it drove me nuts after like 5 maps. Pretty funny. I don't know, just see. Does Rogue Exiles really well. It's the whole point of the build. Obviously, it's gonna get better as I go too. Probably way more rarity too. It's the thing that's crazy too about instacking with like this weapon with EE is like the more tanky you get, the more damage you're also getting, which is kind of cool. I kind of like it. It's so crazy to me how expensive all the idols are for the strategy. Like, every good idol's like 200 to like 400 divines, probably. At bare minimum. Oh wait, that's everything I think, right? I feel like there was something like... Where's that mob that was just like one-shotting me off the bat? Did it die? Who knows? It died? I have no clue. The weird thing about this league too is like pretty much The mechanics that you put on the map that you willingly put are like so juiced that like nothing else even compares, so you just don't even do any mechanics but the ones you want to, which is pretty nice. That's it. Like, there's the showcase. Because the last time I made a build guide, everyone complained I didn't do this, so I'm doing it on the next one for sure. It's like people just want to see how the build plays. Other than that, I don't know. Any last thoughts? Like, obviously this league, in my opinion, is like one of the best. And it's only an event, dude. I feel like they could have called this 3.26 and like no one would even have known the difference. That's nice. We got a 9% reopen. I don't know. Is this what you guys are doing for idols? I'm just literally have 4 quad tabs all placed at 1 divine each, and I just drop them in there after you get spammed on one, then you take a peek at it. But here, like I was using these rings before. You can just make something like this really easily. I would just crit multi-essence till I get int, and then whatever else. And then with fractured ES on Moonstone base. These work. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't even show like use Ellie Pen, Ellie Lightning, Volatility. It's just standard like lightning damage stuff. Of course, ES, like you can run this, damage on full life. Pretty normal stuff. I guess you can technically run like Awakened added Lightning too for +1 on Lightning Strike. It's kind of up to you ultimately though. I don't know, that's pretty much the build. If you really want to, you can run Storm Shroud. I wouldn't recommend playing Instacker unless you have a Mageblood, in all honesty. Well, like, once you get a Mageblood, and I don't know, you just put some ES gear on. Some ES gear on, you put this on. I guess this is a pretty important thing, too. Make sure you get one with chance to fortify. At least, because you don't want to get chance to fortify on this, because you want to have Fizz taking his Chaos, and also have Fizz taking his Chaos here. Obviously, we still gotta like Eldritch. We gotta do perfect Eldritch currency and everything. Everything's still a work in progress. Because the one thing I really hate putting like max rank Eldritch currency on stuff that you potentially are recrafting, or maybe I want to get better. Like this only has 97% increased ES. Maybe you want to buy 100 fracture, for example, right? But that's about it for the build. There's a showcase. Am I missing anything else? I mean, just let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'll put a POB as well. I'll try to keep updating it too on the video, or maybe I'll just make another update video when I like change things about the build. But that's all for me.